Hello, aspiring chemists. Welcome to this comprehensive session on aldehydes and ketones. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most fundamental reactions these fascinating compounds undergo, oxidation. From understanding why they react differently to exploring complex synthetic applications, we'll cover everything you need for G Advanced. Get ready for an exciting journey through easy, medium, hard, and hardest levels of oxidation chemistry. Let's begin with the basics. What happens when aldehydes meet an oxidizing agent? Get ready to uncover the simple, yet crucial, reactions that define these versatile molecules. Oxidation, in simple terms, is often about adding oxygen or removing hydrogen. For aldehydes, it's a straightforward conversion. Their characteristic CHO group transforms into aco carboxylic acid group. Why is this so easy for aldehydes? It's because of that special hydrogen atom directly attached to the carbonyl carbon. This CH bond is the key, making aldehydes very susceptible to oxidation. Think of it as an easy target for oxygen to attack, leading to the formation of a new COH bond. This structural feature is precisely what differentiates aldehydes from their ketone cousins. To achieve this oxidation, we use specific reagents. For aldehydes, we have both mild and strong options. Mild agents like Tollens, Fehling's, and Benedict's reagents are fantastic because they selectively oxidize aldehydes, leaving other parts of the molecule untouched. They even give distinctive visual changes, like the famous silver mirror test. Stronger agents, such as potassium permanganate or dichromate, can also oxidize aldehydes, but they're less selective and might react with other functional groups. The general outcome is always the same: an aldehyde, RCHO, transforms into its corresponding carboxylic acid, RCO. Now it's time to test your foundational understanding. Take a moment to answer these three practice questions. Think about the unique structural feature of aldehydes that makes them prone to oxidation and recall the specific reagents we discussed. Pause the video if you need more time to think and write down your answers. Ready to deepen your knowledge? Let's now explore the intriguing behavior of ketones under oxidative conditions and understand the specificities of different oxidizing agents. Unlike aldehydes, ketones pose a challenge when it comes to oxidation. Their carbonyl carbon is bonded to two alkyl or aryl groups, meaning there's no easily removable hydrogen atom. This structural difference makes ketones remarkably stable and resistant to mild oxidation. To oxidize a ketone, we need vigorous conditions, strong oxidizing agents, and high temperatures. These harsh conditions lead to the breaking of carbon-carbon bonds adjacent to the carbonyl group, resulting in smaller carboxylic acid fragments. This bond cleavage is a key distinguishing feature from aldehyde oxidation. When an unsymmetrical ketone undergoes oxidation, how do we predict which C to C bond will break? This is where Popov's rule comes in handy. It states that the carbonyl group prefers to stay with the smaller alkyl group during cleavage. This rule helps us predict the major products, which are typically a mixture of carboxylic acids with fewer carbon atoms than the original ketone. For example, in butanone, the bond between the carbonyl and the ethyl group is more likely to break, leading to ethanoic acid. Strong oxidizing agents like acidified potassium permanganate or dichromate are the usual culprits for these vigorous transformations. Let's briefly revisit the mechanisms of our mild oxidizing agents. Tollens reagent, an ammoniacal silver solution, oxidizes the aldehyde to a carboxylate ion while the silver ions are reduced to metallic silver, forming that iconic mirror. Fehling's and Benedict's solutions, containing copper, ions, work similarly. The aldehyde is oxidized, and the blue copper, ions are reduced to a red precipitate of copper, oxide. These distinct visual changes make them excellent diagnostic tests for the presence of an aldehyde functional group, providing clear evidence of oxidation at work. Now, challenge yourself with these 5 medium-level practice questions. Apply Popov's rule for ketones, recall the specific outcomes of mild aldehyde oxidations, and think critically about the factors influencing reactivity. Don't hesitate to pause and consolidate your thoughts before moving on. Alright, it's time to elevate our understanding to the hard level. We'll now uncover more specialized and powerful oxidation pathways. At this level, we encounter fascinating reactions like the Baeyer-Villiger oxidation, a clever way to transform ketones into esters using peroxy acids. This reaction involves a key rearrangement where an alkyl or aryl group migrates from the carbonyl carbon to an oxygen atom, demonstrating a unique bond shift. The migratory aptitude, or the preference of a group to migrate, is crucial here, following a specific order from tertiary to methyl groups. Another powerful reaction is the haloform reaction, an oxidative cleavage specific to methyl ketones. It uses halogens and a base to break the methyl group off, forming a haloform and a carboxylate. This reaction is not only diagnostic for methyl ketones but also synthetically useful for chain shortening. Beyond simple carbonyls, we also look at the oxidation of alpha-hydroxy aldehydes and ketones. These compounds, with a hydroxyl group adjacent to the carbonyl, are exceptionally reactive and can be easily oxidized to diketones or even further to carboxylic acids, often even with mild oxidants. This reactivity highlights the activating effect of the alpha-hydroxyl group. Then there's selenium dioxide, SiO2, a highly specific reagent. It's known for oxidizing the carbon atom alpha to the carbonyl group. For example, it can convert a methyl group adjacent to a ketone into an aldehyde, or a methylene group into a carbonyl, leading to alpha-diketones or alpha-ketoaldehydes. Understanding these specific reagents and their selectivities is vital for targeted synthesis. Connecting these reactions to broader organic chemistry principles, we see how the stability of intermediates, electron density, and steric factors influence the course of oxidation. For instance, the migratory aptitude in Baeyer-Villiger oxidation is dictated by the ability of a group to stabilize a partial positive charge during the rearrangement. The haloform reaction's mechanism involves repeated alpha-halogenation, followed by nucleophilic attack and elimination, showcasing the interplay of acidity of alpha hydrogens and good leaving groups. These reactions are not just isolated facts, but integral parts of a larger mechanistic framework, demonstrating how subtle structural differences dictate reactivity and product formation. Now, challenge your analytical skills with these 7 hard-level questions. Think about reaction mechanisms, apply migratory aptitude rules, and consider multi-step synthesis. These questions require a deeper understanding of the concepts we've just covered. Good luck! Welcome to the hardest level. Here, we'll push the boundaries of your knowledge, delving into competitive level depth, intricate mechanisms, and advanced synthetic applications of oxidation. Let's first refine our understanding of Baeyer-Villiger oxidation. Its true power lies in its regoselectivity and stereoselectivity. For unsymmetrical ketones, the migrating group isn't random, it's the one that best stabilizes the developing positive charge following the established migratory aptitude order. What's even more impressive is its stereospecificity. If the migrating group is chiral, its configuration is retained. This makes it a crucial tool for creating chiral esters and lactones, which are vital in pharmaceutical and natural product synthesis. The mechanism itself is a beautiful example of concerted rearrangement, where bond breaking and bond forming occur simultaneously, guided by electronic factors and steric considerations. Beyond carbonyls themselves, oxidation plays a critical role in transforming other functional groups. Consider the oxidative cleavage of alkenes and alkynes. Ozonolysis, followed by a reductive workup, cleanly breaks C=C bonds to yield aldehydes and ketones. But an oxidative workup with hydrogen peroxide pushes aldehydes further to carboxylic acids. Similarly, hot, acidified KMNO4 robustly cleaves both C is equal to C and CC bonds, leading to carboxylic acids or ketones, depending on the substitution pattern. Then there's the crucial process of oxidizing alcohols to aldehydes and ketones. Highly selective reagents like PCC, PDC, Dess-Martin pyridinane, or Swern oxidation allow us to stop at the aldehyde stage without overoxidation, a critical control point in complex synthesis. Stronger reagents like Jones reagent, however, will push primary alcohols all the way to carboxylic acids. In advanced synthesis, these oxidation reactions are not isolated steps but part of intricate strategies. For instance, the haloform reaction, while primarily a test, is also a valuable method for chain shortening, converting a methyl ketone into a carboxylic acid with one less carbon. The ability to interconvert functional groups, alcohols to carbonyls, aldehydes to acids, ketones to esters forms the backbone of retrosynthetic analysis. Sometimes, a sensitive aldehyde group might need temporary protection, perhaps as an acetyl, before another part of the molecule undergoes oxidation. This highlights the strategic use of protecting groups to navigate complex synthetic pathways and achieve desired transformations without unwanted side reactions. These are the tools that allow chemists to build complex molecules with precision. The impact of aldehyde and ketone oxidation extends far beyond the lab bench, influencing industrial processes vital for our daily lives. Take adipic acid, a key monomer for nylon 6,6. It's produced industrially by the oxidation of cyclohexanol or cyclohexanone, often using nitric acid or air. Acetic acid, a fundamental chemical, is also largely produced through the oxidation of acetaldehyde. These large-scale processes rely on sophisticated catalytic systems to maximize yield and selectivity, demonstrating the engineering and economic significance of mastering these oxidation reactions. From pharmaceuticals to polymers, the principles of oxidation of aldehydes and ketones underpin a vast array of chemical industries, shaping the materials and medicines that define modern society. Now, it's time for the ultimate challenge. These 5 questions demand a deep understanding of multi-step synthesis, mechanistic details, and reagent selection. Take your time to analyze each problem, draw out intermediates, and apply all the concepts we've discussed. Remember, precision and logical reasoning are key here. Pause the video and give these your best shot. Let's tackle the remaining 5 questions, pushing your limits further. These problems involve complex scenarios, requiring you to integrate knowledge from various oxidation reactions and apply them in novel contexts. Think about regoselectivity, stereoselectivity, and the subtle differences between reagents. This is where your advanced preparation truly shines. Good luck with these challenging problems. You've successfully navigated the intricate world of aldehyde and ketone oxidation. From basic definitions to advanced synthetic strategies, you've gained invaluable insights. To further enhance your learning and practice more such challenging problems, head over to synapse.omaps.in. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting chemistry content and to stay ahead in your advanced preparation. Keep learning, keep exploring, and keep excelling. See you in the next session.